The Black vernacular tradition has evolved dramatically from the spirituals to jazz to even the hip hop heard today. The changes are due to different paradigm shifts that have occurred throughout history. In class, we've learned about the different histories that have created these works and all of the impacts they've had on the Black vernacular. Regardless of genre, it's always been a different format used for the minority to be able to speak out to the majority culture and affect a sort of change. One of these outlets used currently is hip hop. In class, we discussed the social and political implications that rap is capable of having within its lyrics. This was seen within The Message and Run This Town. Additionally, one of the more controversial rappers is Lupe Fiasco. Most of Lupe's music is highly political in nature with sharply written lyrics. One of these songs that's a really perfect example of this is Hurt Me Soul from his first album. It focuses on social and political issues while commenting on Black society. He raps on his dislike of the highly sexualized, drug-fueled, and woman hatred that fills hip-hop, but also realizes that this is a reflection of the current society that these people are living in. And he wonders if it's possible to even affect change or create a change without acknowledging the harsh reality that these people are currently living in. The song starts confronting Lupe's disdain for the current state of hip-hop. In the beginning, he raps, "I used to hate hip-hop, yup, because the women degraded." He continues commenting on how the way women are treated in hip-hop really is something that it irks him. It just has a disdain, and he wants no part of this, and it's a reason why he completely didn't listen to hip-hop as a child, why he avoided it and would listen to other things. He then also continues to comment on how there's glorification of drug dealing and violence, but then notices that he's a hypocrite in his own sense because he did start to listen to the music, and eventually he began to create his own rap, which in his own words, it was a mix of my realities and feelings, living conditions, religion, ignorant wisdom, and artistic vision. Lupe then looks at his music and ponders whether this music is glorifying the harsh world that Black America is forced to live in, or if it's just exposing their reality. Is there a way to really rap about improving the world without rapping about the conditions it currently is in? In the song, Lupe says, "The theme songs that the niggas hustle seem wrong, but these songs was coming true, and it was all becoming cool." That was the life that Lupe was living. He saw that he disdained the society he was in, but he was watching his friends become drug dealers. He was watching all of this happen before his eyes, that this is reality. It's something he can relate to in the songs, and reality is one of the easiest ways to appeal to an audience who relies heavily upon pathos and logos. It's appealing to their logic. They understand this, so they will then understand the change that he wants to bring. It also brings up the complex issue of just the songs. Are they keeping the Black culture down, or are they just putting them in this self-fulfilling prophecy of this is how culture is, and that's the expectation that's there, so it continues to fuel and fuel and fuel it? Or is it just representing a reality that can't be changed? It might be a combination of both. Lupe acknowledges that everything occurring in these songs is something he's witnessed in life, but it doesn't mean that that's the only option. Lupe himself rose above this lifestyle, and it's a lifestyle he easily could have assimilated into. For instance, he was signed to a gangster rap album group early on in his career, and after being signed to the group, he quit, saying, "We had a song about cocaine, guns, and women, and I'd go to the record store and look at it and think, what are you doing?" I felt like a hypocrite. I was acting like this rapper who would never be judged, and I had to destroy that guy. Because what Lupe Fiasco says on his microphone is going to come back. When the music cuts off, you have to go home and live with what you say. Once stepping away from this rap, he was able to focus on his lyrics. And he admired other rappers such as Jay-Z, who we studied earlier in class for his political implications. And he wanted to have lyrics like that, ones that were cut right to the point, that were witty, that was able to really, really make a difference in someone's life. And those are the lyrics that he started to write, writing clever, witty, dry lyrics that cut to the point. It's in this way that his raps are carefully constructed and intelligently crafted. His arguments are well thought out, and that's apparent. Putting pen to paper and writing words down is not just a mean to make money for him, but it's an agent of change. It's the way that he constructs these arguments. Him and other rappers such as him are using vernacular in that way. They're rapping not just to see what's happening in the culture and to watch it go by silently, but they're doing it to point out the dangers of the evil in everyday life, to point out what's happening to these people. He relies on people comprehending the character and ideals that he's rapping about. He doesn't go too much into emotions, but he relies more on the truth and just basic human character. He relies on that to make a difference. His writings can kind of be influenced by the Black Jeremiad. He looks at what's happening in the culture. In Hurt Me Soul, he literally makes a list of things that he believes are responsible for the destruction of the world. He's noting out what is wrong and then acknowledges that there needs to be a change. It is in this way, and it always will be one of the purposes of the Black vernacular. The point is to be loud, to be controversial, to be heard. It's not to be quiet and swept away. It is to show that blacks, just like any other group, have opinions and voices and points that are powerful and need to be heard. Nothing will be able to silence their opinions, not slave masters, Jim Crow laws, white supremacists, segregation. Nothing will be able to keep them down and silence them. There will always be a vocal opposition to oppression, and this is why the Black vernacular is important. Everyone should have a platform to express their opinions regardless of race. Every opinion is valid and needs to be heard loud and clear. And that is exactly what Lupe Fiasco is doing, along with other rappers just like him.